Welcome to a video where we will demystify the myths that revolve around emergency contraceptive pills, its side effects, and important considerations that one has to be careful with while taking emergency contraceptive pill. But, disclaimer first, this video is not just for women but also for men, because when there is an intercourse, there is not just one but two responsible individuals involved, and both of them are equally responsible for the consequences that has to follow. On that note, let's begin. Emergency contraceptive pill, also known as Plan B pill or morning after pill, is a mode of contraception that a woman is supposed to take in order to avoid unwanted pregnancy. Basically, it is a female hormone progestin, which mostly contains levonorgestrel and is considered to be relatively safe than other forms of progestin. This over-the-counter medicine is found to be highly overused. However, it has shown significant results in reducing teen pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and thus abortion. Let's begin with the myths regarding emergency contraceptive pills. Starting off with myth number 1. Emergency contraceptive pill is 100% effective, which is not true. They can be up to 95% effective when taken within 24 hours. They can be up to 85% effective when taken within 24 to 48 hours and can be up to 58% effective when taken within 48 to 72 hours. So, the sooner you take, the better it is. Myth number 2. Since it is also known as morning after pill, it is supposed to be taken only in the morning, which is not true again. As I said it earlier, the sooner you take after unprotected intercourse, the better it is. Myth number 3. Emergency contraceptive pills are abortifacient in nature, which is a big no. What does the pill do is, it prevents or delays the process of ovulation, thus avoiding the fertilization. When there is no fertilization, there is no pregnancy and there can be no abortion. Myth number 4. Long-term use of emergency contraceptive pills can cause infertility. Well, the reality is, there has been no concrete fact that it is likely to cause infertility with the prolonged use. Myth number 5. Emergency contraceptive pills can cause teratogenicity or fetal toxicity. If a woman is unaware of the fact that she is pregnant and happens to take emergency contraceptive pills, no such effects as teratogenicity or the fetal toxicity or fetal malformation has been seen from the studies that have been conducted so far. However, there are few limited studies that suggest ectopic pregnancy, but we definitely lack the solid evidence on this aspect. Talking about its effects, the most common side effect is menstrual irregularities. One is also likely to experience nausea, vomiting, headache, dizziness, and some gastrointestinal issues. There are no such long-term effects that have been reported so far, as the studies conducted on this subject matter is rare. Now let's list out important points that one has to consider while taking emergency contraceptive pills. Starting with point number 1. Do not use it as your regular forms of contraceptive. Firstly, because it can be quite costly, and secondly, considering the fact there is a gap in knowledge regarding possible adverse effects and the long-term use, one is advised not to take more than one emergency contraceptive pills in one menstrual cycle only if your first line of contraceptive fails. If you miss your regular oral contraceptive pills by 2 doses or more, you can take emergency contraceptive pill and continue with your regular OCP within 12 hours of taking ECP. Point number 2. If you vomit within 3 hours of taking emergency contraceptive pills, you are also likely to puke out the pill. That is why you are supposed to take another pill. Do not take emergency contraceptive pills on empty stomach, or you can also take antiemetics 30 minutes prior taking the pill. Point number 3. As emergency contraceptive pill is not 100% effective in avoiding pregnancy, if you miss your period by 5 days or more, then do not forget to see your doctor. Also see your doctor if the bleeding is too light or too heavy. And lastly, point number 4. Emergency contraceptive pill has no role in preventing sexually transmittable infections, for which you need to opt for barrier forms of contraception. And finally, it never gets enough to highlight over the fact that Emergency contraceptive pill is only for emergency. Never ever use it as your regular form of contraceptive, because at the end of the day, it is a hormone that you are taking and it has a lot to do with altering your normal physiological process. For further information about safe, convenient, and inexpensive forms of contraceptives, visit your doctor or pharmacist or your nearby family planning office. Safe and hygienic sexual and reproductive health is everyone's right. It is a high time that we talk about it and educate ourselves and others about it.